The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, Dave Chappelle tickets in seconds. Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I mean seconds away, like 120 seconds. Want to finish up our conversation talking about...
Like 1,000 seconds. Like, what do you just... Everything's seconds away.
342 seconds. Very, very soon. Just stay here. We want to finish up our conversation on the crazy ways people got your phone number. You got somebody's phone number on the text line. What was that one, Kenzie?
Oh my gosh, Mike texted in and said I was at Delilah's when I met a woman at the bar and thought we hit it off. I bought her a drink, we had laughs, and when I asked for her number, she put it in my phone. The next day, I texted her and received a text back from an escort service.
Oh, bum, bum, ba, bum, bum.
Bum, ba, bum. You owe her money.
Hey, well, I think no more of the story. They go continue on with the escort,
Well, you probably asked for pricing.
Yeah, I got a date. Yeah.
That actually happened to my friend where she was like, well, I just have to be honest with you. I'm an escort. Wait for their date. And he goes, and he was so excited to go like to this restaurant, the show and stuff. And he's like, well, what are the prices? Because he wanted to know.
I don't know.
But it was expensive. She said like $5,000.
Well, that trumped me. I was going to give you a story about a Vegas thing I did one time when I got to Vegas meeting up with people, but I got there early by myself, and I went to a bar, and this beautiful blonde just sat at my table, saw me sitting alone, and hey, and very friendly. I must have been really...
You didn't find that suspicious? A beautiful blonde wildly attracted to your table?
Didn't find it. Thought it was just me. Thought I had my vibe going on that night pretty good. I was wearing my good black shirt with the checker, the perfect jeans, my Jordans, everything. I thought I was pretty good that night.
That's what you wear every day. I'm looking at you right now. You have jeans and a black shirt on and tennis shoes.
And you're about to give me your phone number. I can tell. I'm feeling
totally.
it. So she sits down after like a long conversation. She finally said, "Oh, gotta pay rent. It's brutal this month." That was finally the tipping point when I realized that I was being had by a prostitute. And I said, well, how much is rent? She said, $1,200. And I went, well, that's too bad. Well, I'm going to go get my other Miller Lite here and wander up to my room.
It's a 2-for-1. So.
Yeah. I can't do it. No, not at all. Listen, keep these stories going on Facebook. If we didn't get through, we appreciate you on being so open and honest about some of the situations that happen, getting that stuff, getting that action. But how about right now? Dave Chappelle tickets at the Madhouse at the United Center. Dave Chappelle live Wednesday, October 4th. Tickets went on sale yesterday at 10 a.m. These are premium now because of that. Caller 10 right now, 312-591-8300. You are Dave Chappelle. Furnished by our friends at Live Nation. And, of course, Brian and Kenzie taking care of you.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Congrats to Brandon from Chicago. He got himself those Dave Chappelle tickets for October. And the tickets went on sale yesterday. I'm sure it's going to sell out real quick. Those are going to be worth quite a lot of money. And make sure you go, though, because it's going to be hilarious. Dave Chappelle. We'll have more tickets coming up as we go along here.
It's funny because we always say that no one listens to us when we talk. Like, nobody listens to anything we say when we're trying to give away tickets. So often when we are trying to, give away tickets, they text in the wrong word or the wrong number or text when they're supposed to call or call when they're supposed to text. It's always a journey.
Yep.
And we say to call for Chappelle tickets. Somebody they just made up their own texting word. They texted in the word chapels. And obviously they meant to text in Chappelle, but like you've also spelled it wrong. Why would that be the text word if it was a text?
Oh, man.
You didn't even text Dave Chappelle. Like, how do you know that just Chappelle would be the word? You also sent us the word chapels.
Yeah. Maybe like, I'm rich, bitch. You could text that in. That would have been entertaining.
Oh, my God. I don't know how the mind works sometimes.
Kenzie is the overlord of the text line at 312-591-8300. She gets to see all y'all communicating that way when you can't call in. But congrats to Brandon one more time. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with Rise Against.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Proof that there's good humans out there, and you may not be aware of it. So once in a while, I want to highlight them. There's a lot of people out there that you just, this person sucks, or everything out there sucks, and it's easy to get in that rut. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. But how about this? This kid, a girl ends up going to a party and getting too drunk to drive. And this is the Ring doorbell camera footage. So the girl comes up and looks in it and says, sorry, Mom, because it must be dropping off at the mom's house. And who dropped her off? Well, listen what the kid said into the Ring doorbell camera in the situation.
You got keys in there?
Hey, Mommy. Mommy, I'm so sorry.
Hi, my name is Ronnie. I am sober. I drove her home. My girlfriend's in the car.
He turned and walked away then at that point. If you could hear it very clearly, he goes, after she goes, sorry, Mommy, I'm drunk. She was kind of stumbling in the video. And then he just must not be known to the mom. And he looked in the Ring doorbell camera. He goes, hi, I'm Ronnie. I'm sober. I brought her home. My girlfriend's in the car. And he walks away. That's cute, right?
That's sweet.
Yeah. It's good people out there. It's just, you don't get highlighted enough
Did we
of
get
that
video
good thing.
footage of the girl actually in the car, or was he lying?
Did not get to the car on there. See, you have to find the worst, don't you, in this guy?
It was a joke.
Honestly, it doesn't matter if his girlfriend was a car. I don't know why he added that in there. Kind of.
Probably because he's sober and she's really drunk.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't.
It was definitely a defense mechanism thing.
robbed her.
Something like, hey, my girlfriend's in the car. Don't worry.
Like we also weren't alone at the same time.
God, I think about my youth, and that didn't happen.
Imagine Harper in like 18 years.
Good Lord.
When someone's in your Ring doorbell, like,
Good.
don't worry, there's another woman in the car, so she's safe.
Yeah, that'll make
Now
you feel.
I feel good.
Oh
Sure, yeah.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, that's the fun part of the show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Actually, I shouldn't have said it
What's
that
the
way.
rest?
I know. I really said that poorly.
Oh, it's going to start getting good now.
It's getting good. Well, here's the fun part because you decide what we talk about next. It's all on you. We always said this is your show. We're all family. And if you're talking in a conversation with people, you want to talk more about something else, this is your time to choose that by texting in at 312-591-8300, either headline 1 or headline 2. I'm going to give you the headlines now. This is headline number 1. Doctor blasted for Googling video tutorial before procedure. That's headline 1. Headline number 2. Judge caught scrolling social media searching for gifts during a murder trial.
Oh, my God.
That's headline 2. Now, which story do
Like
you
an
want
OJ gift?
Which story do you want to hear? We'll talk about whichever one, and we will not talk about the other one. Just text in headline number 1 or headline number 2. Do that right now, and after the Chili Peppers, who are playing Lollapalooza, coming up here a week from Sunday.
Not the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No, not them.
These
It's
are the real
Q101.
ones.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Letting you guys choose the content. Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I have 2 headlines, and in which story you want to hear more about. We will not talk about the other story. And the headlines were, headline number 1, doctor blasted for Googling video tutorial before procedure. Headline number 2 was judge caught scrolling social media searching for gifts during the murder trial. And it was neck and neck in the beginning on the text line. There was we had a couple hundred texts already on us in that one short song. And then all of a sudden, one took over. And headline number 1 took over. Doctor blasted for Googling video tutorial before procedure. So we're going to tell you about that one. That's what you wanted. You guys decide. It's Brian and Kenzie here on Q101. A Colorado man gone viral after filming his doctor watching a video tutorial on how to bandage his foot properly. Joshua Bowman was in the hospital suffering a bad sprain and a fracture in his lower leg from a skateboarding incident. Ooh. Got rushed to the emergency room and needed help fast. He was in pain. There was blood, and the bone was kind of, really coming out of the skin a little bit there.
Oh, it's coming out?
Yeah.
I feel that's not bandage. I feel like that you need something else.
A little more than that. Well, that's why the doctor, of
He
course.
puts a Band-Aid on it.
His POV he put up there of a doctor in the other room while he's sitting there getting taken care of by the nurses. The doctor, she's watching a video on how to tape up the ankle properly in this situation, this drastic situation that just happened.
Was it just YouTube or was medical.com? What do you got?
It appeared, I can see the video here that he was looking at, it appeared to be YouTube.
Well, I mean, it's a reliable source.
It's very reliable, but what would you do in that situation?
I don't know. I would be nervous if I was getting put down for a surgery, but slap a Band-Aid on that. What, I'm going to do better?
But it's a skateboarder this is his whole life. I mean, that's it. And if it goes away, done wrong anyway, that's what he would be. And he said you could see him watching with his phone as he filmed her watching it in the other room, but clearly visible to him watching the video on how to do the procedure.
You know what? You can't remember everything, okay? So, God forbid you need a little jog of the memory.
I don't know, but what would you do in that situation? Be honest.
I don't know.
Be honest.
To be honest, they're going to put on the bandage better than me.
Still, and that's it. You don't want to get limp out of there with the blood spewing out on the floor.
Right. So what do I do? Hobble home? Wrap it up.
I just think I don't know if at this point I would.
What would you do?
I think I would yell, "You got this!" from the other room. That's because there's 2 separate rooms there. I think I'm walking. Well, no pun intended, because you can't walk at that point.
I'm rolling.
Oh, you get your back on your board there and kind of do a double fakie on the way out of there.
I mean, you could ask, I suppose, like, hey, did you not know how to do that? Maybe she has a very sound reason for checking.
I'm all for double checking and doing things right. I just think I'm curious what our listeners would do in that situation. Have you ever seen anything like that? Somebody about to do something, like let's say even change the oil in your car, and they're watching a video how to do it. This is a tricky situation because YouTube University is pretty damn good. If you want to spend enough time, you can learn how to do everything on Earth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy they're on YouTube and not TikTok. There's a lot of fake news on TikTok, I've heard, so.
Also, quicker videos. Not all the way through. Like a YouTube could be like, 40 minutes on there, really showing you every angle of it.
Yeah, it's a thorough video.
It's a little more thorough. So there you go. That doctor, now she's blasted on social media. She's not fired. She wasn't suspended or anything. And the guy took it in kind of good spirits as a skateboarder probably. But we'll see later if there's a lawsuit, I guess.
Maybe she was just looking for a good video to send him for when he has to change his bandage on his own later.
A lot of defense to her. I don't know.
I'm looking at the bright side.
There you go. You decide the content here. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. It is Friday, around 8:30, and this is where we do Q reviews. Anything in your life that has improved it and you want to share it with someone. No one likes more than anything else about sharing something awesome that you discovered and you want to share with somebody, whether Kenzie brought up the app, the Upside app with gas.
And I just made tons of money, by the way, because I've got to refer a few people, and this is awesome with the Upside app, because I didn't know this because I had just gotten it. When you refer somebody, you get $20. You also get 1 cent back for every gallon they use forever. So randomly, I'm just getting messages like 16 cents, 12 cents. I made $40 this week.
It's incredible.
It's awesome.
Earlier, I did the Great Lakes cherry barbecue chips from Traverse City. And people...
Traverse City?
Traverse City. People keep hitting me up about those chips, and it's changed their life when they've gotten them. And they still are available. The family-size bag at Costco for $4.99, by the way. It's still there. But I have something different today to add to Q reviews, and this is what we want. At 312-591-8300, to you bring a Q review to us. Give it to us with your passion. Something that has changed your life. It could be a product, it could be a TV show, it could be whatever. Like for me, today, it's the pizza cutter axe. Now, I got this as a gift. You got to see a picture of this. I'll turn my computer around, Kenzie, in a second.
Who gave it to you for a gift?
This is a cousin gave me this for a gift. Now, it was also shoved into the bag with things for Harper, my 8-month-old, some new onesies. But when you see this
I just looked it up, and it's actually an axe.
It's an axe. It's a mini little axe, a pizza cutter axe called the Viking Slicing Pizza Cutter, axe-style pizza cutter. Kitchen tool useful for hunting and camping, it says. But it's a pizza cutter. And I've never, how many times, I'm trying to cut a pizza, and part of the slice doesn't go right, and the pepperoni falls off, or the cheese doesn't come off right, or you pull it apart, and all the toppings come right off.
And your day is ruined.
Oh, it's terrible. It's the worst thing ever.
It's the worst thing that can happen to you.
There's not worse things. There are not worse things.
That's a fact.
I'm telling you, I used this cutter. I let it sit for a while. Then I finally used it because I have an old-ass pizza cutter. It cuts it so clean and sharp that the pizza tastes different with this cutter. It's unbelievable how well it works, how easy it is to use.
It makes it easier to cut the pizza.
It's way easier to cut it, and it cuts it in a way I've never experienced and had this joy with pizza now because of this pizza cutter.
Jeez, did it give you a hand job after you used it? Holy crap. Oh, my God.
That's my Q review.
Good Lord.
I tell you, I'm passionate about this thing, and it works great.
Good God.
So, the pizza cutter axe, we'll put a link up to it so you can get it for yourself, and it will change your life, and it'll change pizza for you, especially when you like the thin cut, and all the squares. This cuts the squares so perfect and easy. You get that middle square, you can get it out with the cutter even. You use the edge of it to bring it right out.
All I know is I never want to borrow yours.
I'm not letting you borrow it.
I'm going to just get my own.
No, you get your own. The pizza cutter axe, Viking Slicing Pizza Cutter, is my Q review for today. Now, I've shared that. It's time for us to help all the listeners out there today and crew members. Something in your life that has changed it so dramatically for the better. 312-591-8300. Check in with us. We'll give you a good 15 seconds, 20 seconds to pontificate about it. But check in right now and help everybody out We love our community and do it. 312-591-8300. Q Reviews with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Yes, Q Reviews. Whatever has changed your life recently. It can be a TV show, a product, an app, whatever. You check in right now at 312-591-8300 and share your passion. We really want to hear your voices on this. Text line blew up. We have so many things on there, but I want to hear your voice how I just delivered the passion for the pizza cutter axe.
Yes, you did.
And Kenzie did too then, a little bit on her description. But how it ended up changing my life in pizza. From now on, pizza's different to me. It's ridiculous. The thing's big, by the way. It's almost the size of a pizza. It's crazy.
It's kind of ridiculous. You should have to be a certain age to purchase this.
It is scary.
It's kind of freaky.
I got it as a gift from my cousin, and it's pretty amazing. But it also could be a tool to fend off, criminals. It looks pretty crazy when you're eating your pizza. They certainly aren't going to mess with you if you use it, but pizza is different with this thing. It's just better. Checking in for all kinds of things that changed your life. Amanda checked in, I believe it was Autumn, I'm sorry, that she has a police radar scanner, the best gift ever, OMG. I drive really fast on an Audi on 294 every day for work. See, I remember when police scanners, or what do you want to call them, everybody had one in their car. And I always thought they don't work anymore because the police have figured out how to get around your scanner. That might be something for an expert out there to call in at 312-591-8300.
Well, obviously hers must work.
Yeah, there must be better ones out there. I haven't kept track because when I was a kid, you find your first car, got to get a police scanner, bro, or get the radar detector. That's what it was, the radar detector.
It used to be such a pain in the ass, though. Do you remember it would plug into the cigarette thing and then hang up here and the noise and the wires and it was oh my God, the blind spot I created trying to scan for police.
Yeah, and then also it would go off all the time, and you're like, is it the Blues Brothers? Am I having 400 cops following me here?
Right. It was always going off.
It was always going off for trees and stuff.
I realize that there is cops in general. You don't have to let me know that. Are they near me?
Well, Autumn checked in again on the text and said they definitely still work, LOL.
Oh.
I just don't know much more about that world because I used to be in it. You got your driver's license? You were the coolest kid if you had a radar detector.
You know your issue? You need a camera detector because your ass gets tickets based off cameras.
Good Lord.
So many tickets from cameras.
That's why I hate where we're at today. At least the police had to catch you back then. Now in Chicago, you got the cameras giving you tickets for going 6 miles an hour with the speed limit. I'm $700 down right now. No one's caught me. No one's caught me but the stupid camera. Oh, don't get me started. I'm gonna, ugh.
It's just lazy. They got to catch you the old-fashioned way.
Thank you for understanding me on that
it's
one.
It's only illegal if you see me. That's not
right.
fair.
Tony's checking in from Streamwood. Ahoy, Tony.
Ahoy.
All right, give us your Q review of whatever thing that changed your life.
The iRobot Roomba robot vacuum.
Yeah?
It is unbelievable.
So they've been around forever, those things, and I've always wondered if it was worth the purchase. Sell me on it right now.
Definitely worth it. I have a dog, and it picks up dog hair better than my vacuum.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I got it on Prime Day for like $200. Best $200 I spent in my life.
And do you just have it run all day, or what happens?
No, it runs about like 15, 20 minutes, but it maps out your whole house. And if you have an Alexa, you could tell it like, hey, go vacuum the bathroom, go vacuum the living room. And it'll go and do its job and then come back.
That's pretty wild. I've never heard, I've seen them at other people's homes, and I see it go, and I'm like, is it really doing anything? Does it really do the job?
It does. I must have filled up a whole garbage bag full of dog hair.
All right.
What about like those videos I see of it just running into the wall over and over and over? Is that just like a bad Roomba? Or like what's the deal?
Yeah, no, they've definitely gotten better since then. They have one that mops also.
What?
Yeah.
Do they have one that cooks dinner?
It flips like the mop pad on top, so it's not like once it detects carpet, it'll flip the mop pad on the top, so it's not getting your carpet wet. You better believe I'm going to get that one next.
Oh, can you text me when it's Prime Day and that one goes on sale?
You got to wait a year now.
Probably Black Friday, I would
Oh,
assume.
good call. This is the guy right here.
All right. Listen, that's an old product, not new to everybody, but I'm glad he kind of sold me on it. I'm not completely sold.
I've never heard about the mop one, though.
No, I know.
Now we're taking care of all flooring
with
one device.
Whoa. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so keep them coming in. Q Reviews. Give us a short, passionate review of something that changed your life. 312-591-8300.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Q Reviews with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Already threw my out there. My pizza, the Viking Axe. It's unbelievable. It's the best pizza cutter ever. We'll get a link up on Q101.com. I don't get any money for this, by the way, in Q Reviews. This is us just passing on things that can improve your life. The Viking Slicing Pizza Cutter is ridiculous. It's a little intimidating when you look at it, like Kenzie said. It's a little scary.
I don't think everyone should be able to buy it. So I'm like, a little sketchy.
It's a little rough. But what do you guys have that has changed your life? And I like Laura checking in from Des Plaines. Beachbody On Demand workouts. I got it in 2014. I lost 30 pounds. Then several years go by. Then I have a baby. Using it again, I was able to lose 50 pounds.
Holy crap.
All from my living room. So glad I don't have to deal with the creepers at the gym. Truly life-changing, says Laura.
That's awesome.
There's so much stuff with working out and losing weight that it's nice to know that it worked for someone. And, she's just being honest here, not no paid endorsement thingy about it.
Trevor texted in and said that he can't drink coffee without his Ember mug. And I was like, well, what's special about that? So it's a smart coffee mug that you can pair up with your phone. You get to set the temperature you want your coffee to stay for the next 2 or 3 hours. It runs off the Bluetooth on your phone, rechargeable battery. He goes, I've even been able to boil water if I just need like a cup inside the cup. So if you want to make like hot chocolate or something like that. Isn't that crazy?
It is a little much. I mean, that sounds extra, but then again, for people that drink coffee like that, I get it.
Or if you're a work from homer, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because now it's like you're all set up.
What's that called again? The Ember coffee mug?
The Ember, so EMBER, the
All
Ember
right.
mug.
We'll start making a whole list of these things and put them up at Q101.com as we do these each week and share so everybody gets these awesome products. And like you said, when Black Friday comes, forget about it. Or Prime Day or whatever. Or just pay full price.
I'll just do now.
Yeah, you can do full price. It's okay sometimes. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.